If the right deal comes and we have to put in draft picks, we will. I think we've talked about it before. We're now in the apron world. We've seen, contending teams or championship level teams have to lose players. That's a result of the apron world we're living in. So, does it make trades more challenging? Yes. Does it make good trades impossible? No. So we'll continue to pursue upgrades to our roster.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ and Rage. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram on Nets Kingdom 1. So, the big news is we're going to talk about the Lakers today and the Cam Johnson interest. A lot of Lakers fans are going to tune in to this video because the last video we did with the Pacers, you Pacers fans was in the building for that one, but we have heard constant rumors. Anthony Irwin today posted that the Lakers are still pursuing trades. They're talking to Portland. They're talking to Brooklyn. But specifically from Brooklyn, they're talking about DFS and Cam Johnson. Now, we've seen a lot of Cam Johnson smoke on Twitter, and we tried ourselves to do a mock trade. Well, let me explain the Lakers situation right now. So, since LeBron signed the max, right? LeBron signed the max. He put them over the second apron. And as you can see, I'm going to put these apron rules up here. The second apron has a lot of restrictions. So the Lakers are over precisely, I think they're not that much over the apron. They have 189 committed, and they basically have to get rid of salary. So what Bobby Marks was saying is before the Lakers could even do trades right now, they have to they have to waive Christian Wood. They can extend out his contract, but they have to reduce salary to get out of that second apron before they even think about making trades right now, because as you saw in the apron rules, you can't really aggregate contracts. So even before they even start doing Cam Johnson and Jeremy Grant, those guys that you guys want, you got to get rid of salary because of LeBron's max contract. But Rage, so we tried to do this mock trade for CJ, and we're trying to think from both sides. But what would you think your issue is with this mock trade? Trading CJ to the Lakers right now, bro.
Well, the problem is for us, a team that's, rebuilding, everybody that the Lakers have that we want is they're not making enough money to go and make a deal for Cam Johnson, because with the second apron rules, they can't take on more money.
Yeah.
They can't take on more money than they're sending out.
And CJ is making CJ's making 23. He's making, I think, 23, 24 around that range. So we got the report that
he'd be the third highest paid player on that roster.
Yes. And we got the report that the Cam Johnson and the Lakers, we keep getting reports about Cam Johnson and the Lakers. And it's teams think that D'Lo is the Nets want D'Lo, and the Nets came out and said they don't want D'Lo. People think the Nets want D'Lo, and it's not the case. And Ray's trying to put D'Lo in these mock trades, and that's probably the only solution. If they get on the second apron, D'Lo is the only solution, right?
Yeah, and we'd have to take on D'Lo, but I think in terms of if you wanted to keep D'Lo for a year, or if you wanted to trade for him, that's what I meant to say. If you wanted to trade for him, you could. That's a guy you could move off of the way he is. As an expiring contract, you could move off of him.
Yeah.
Although we said we wouldn't take him on. I feel like if you can get these younger players from this Lakers team, it makes all the sense in the world. Get all you can out of your assets that you have right now. CJ, Dorian, we're in this type of timing. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's be able to make this rebuild as quick as possible. Get your value for these guys. But the thing is that if we want to get D'Lo, I feel like if we wanted to make a trade with the Lakers and they were really interested, like they say they are, you take it on and you just move off of him or something. But that's the only guy that's really gonna be able to make a whole lot of sense in terms of that guy that's gonna be able to essentially match Cam Johnson's, and then everything else will probably ask for a Hood Schifino. And then, so, the young guys, or, just some young guys on their team that'll help us. Like I said, Hood Schifino, that was a guy we've been talking about. Max Christie was another person we were talking about as well.
Maxwell Lewis, these young guys.
But they're also desperate. We also don't have to trade with them either. We also can say no. There's other teams involved for this guy.
That's what I was going to ask you, because who do you think we have more leverage in this situation? Because if you're looking at it from the Lakers perspective, you guys are basically stuck in the second apron. And you have to do some cap gymnastics first to get under the second apron. And then when you get those gymnastics done, then you can start finding trades. But you think the Nets honestly have more leverage here because the Lakers are kind of in this stuck position with their roster. So they basically, all these guys, they struck out on DeJounte, struck out on Klay Thompson. They're trying to finesse Jeremy Grant. They're striking out on all these players. Who do you think has more? You think the Nets have more leverage here, bro, than the Lakers?
Oh, we definitely have more leverage. Although we would like to get stuff back for Cam Johnson and we don't want D'Angelo Russell back. We at least can trade with other teams. It's not just the Lakers that are interested in Cam Johnson, and we know that.
Yeah.
But although the Lakers are very good, and even they're like the players that we want, it messes us up with them being in the second apron because we
Yeah.
can't trade for the guys that we want because they can't send out enough money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have the leverage. We don't have to trade with them.
Yeah.
If they want to if they want to go out for CJ, please do it. Please do
Yeah.
it. I'm more than willing to
Yeah.
steal for
And
CJ. How many
I'm
trades
look
are you able to see and be like,
yeah.
wow, the Nets really won this one. All I want to be able to get out of these trades is to be able to be happy and just be able to be like, wow, we didn't get destroyed. And we're
Yeah.
at the point of a rebuild. We got to make every one of these trades count. We don't have to trade with the Lakers. We don't. That's why
Let
we
me
have.
ask you this because Lakers fans are probably going to watch this and be like, "What do you guys want for CJ?" And in a perfect world, like I said, we would want a first. I see the Lakers have a 2028 first or a 2029 first. We would, in a perfect world, I think Sean thinks that CJ is worth a first round pick. Right now, the protections on that pick, to me, it doesn't really matter to me. The Lakers could put whatever protections they want on that pick, but I want a first for CJ. But what do you think in the league right now? Because I see like Legion Hoops reported that the Lakers don't want to give up a first, but Rob Pelinka, we just played the Rob Pelinka video. He said he's willing to put in draft picks. He's willing to put in draft picks. And he's got to know that Cam Johnson, I don't think he's a second round worth like just a second round. What do you think Cam Johnson's worth is around the league, bro? Because I've seen a lot of like battling going on, like, oh, he's not worth a first, you know.
If we can figure out everything with how if we can get like some of these young guys off their team and on our team, and
Mhm.
if it's centered around like a younger player, because if they're willing to offer a lot of young players, what I'm trying to say, if they're trying to offer a lot of young players, then
Yeah.
that's a deal. That's a deal like you take, and then you might be like, okay, we'll be without that first round pick.
Yeah.
But it saw that we wanted a first round pick for Dorian. And
Yeah.
the thing is with Cam Johnson, it's different and that we want a little bit less for him, but the Lakers are desperate. So I feel might be able to get a first round pick out of that. You might be
Yeah.
able to get a 28, 29, but I feel a trade for Cam Johnson might involve two or three players. If it's D'Lo, it'll probably just be like two players and a pick. If you want to
Yeah.
give us D'Lo, you have to give us a pick. If
Yeah.
actually
Yeah, you have to give us a
we
pick.
don't.
If we're taking
He
on
might not be
D'Lo.
an actual pick, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. If we're taking on D'Lo, you're giving us a pick. We'll take a 28, 29 pick or whatever they have. See
Yeah.
see what we can get, but you're also gonna have to give us another young player on top of that. Be D'Lo, somebody
Yeah.
else in a pick.
Because if you're thinking about it from the Lakers perspective, right, they probably don't want to give up that first, but it's like you guys are in win now mode. You got to maximize LeBron's window right here. This is the window for championship. LeBron is not, he doesn't have a lot of time left, right? So you got to make at least some type of move to maximize your championship window. Cam Johnson is at 39%. I think he's shot 39% on catch and shoot threes, right? Efficient three-point shooter. He's a good three-point shooter. How long have we heard that the Lakers need shooting? We've been hearing this for like 3 years straight where, oh my God, you got to put shooters around Braun and AD. You got to put shooters around Braun and AD.
And
Cam
none of these
Johnson
younger
is
players make
Mhm,
sense for the Lakers either, unless like
mhm.
obviously, they have the plans for as long as LeBron is on their team, they need to win. They need to
Yeah.
get like these young guys are nice, but they
Mhm.
gotta win. They
Yeah.
gotta win and they gotta do it now.
Yeah.
So they might not be too opposed to moving off of some of these young players. But if you want to, if D'Angelo Russell has to be involved,
Mhm.
Sean Marks can play his cards right and be like,
Yeah.
well, these are the circumstances here.
Yeah.
These are the
Because
circumstances if you want to trade with us because they're not in a great situation right now.
yeah.
But
Because
we have to make every one of these moves count and do whatever you can. to egg it out because who cares? Who cares
Yeah, because
with the Lakers?
D'Lo, like
There's
I
other
said, even though
teams.
D'Lo's on a nice contract expiring, and it's what is it, 18 expiring, whatever. It's a nice, valuable contract. It is. It's a nice contract because it's expiring. But it's like if you want to keep if Sean Marks, I'm thinking like I'm Sean Marks, right? My price is a first round pick for CJ. Like I don't want to move from that price because I got the Cavs calling, I got the Kings calling, I got the all these other teams calling. So it's like I'm not trying to like move my price down for y'all just because you're giving just because you're the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep my price because look how
Like
much.
at first
Mhm.
for like Cam Johnson, you could like they said, like it might not be like the first round pick, but the thing is, if the Lakers want to trade with us, they're gonna have to give it up. They're gonna have to give it
Yeah,
up because there's other guys there, like you said, there's gonna be, and like I've said, there's other teams that are involved. We've heard there's a bunch of other teams involved and
yeah,
that want this guy. So you don't have to. There's no reason to settle. There's no reason to
yeah.
settle with the
Kings,
Lakers.
Cavs, Magic, Raptors. We've heard a lot for Cam
You can get
Johnson.
better
So
packages and you can get better young players. You don't have to get a
yeah, so
D'Angelo
that's what
Russell
I'm
type of player.
saying.
There's better out there.
If I'm Sean, I gotta put him in the corner. Like, listen, I got all these teams calling. You got to give me a first. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying. But hey, Lakers fans are probably not gonna want to hear that. But like I said, you look at what LeBron's max has done. It's put you guys over the second apron. You got to make wiggle room first before you even could aggregate trades because you guys have all these apron restrictions. So once you get below that second apron, that's when you guys can start dealing and making sure aggregating contracts and all that because this second apron is a killer. All the teams in the league, you heard Rob Pelinka say it, it's an apron world. It's going to make trades more difficult. So let us know in the comments, Lakers fans. Let us know what are your ideal package for Cam Johnson. Put your trade packages in the comments. What do you guys think about the Lakers situation? And the Nets fans, let us know what do you think Cam Johnson's worth is right now because a lot of people are saying second round, first round. Let us know what you think Cam Johnson's worth in terms of draft picks. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Nets Kingdom. Hit that like button first.